Down below. It has clouded over a little here at Ellen Road. It's been a really, really nice morning. Blue skies and warmish temperatures, but it's a slight chill in the air.
You say warmish temperatures. Not so sure, but okay, carry on, Bryn.
The contrast here is that I'm wearing a polo shirt and Tony Dorigo arrived in his winter coat. Leeds United are in their white strip, and Coventry, it would appear, are going to be playing in a change strip of black and gold, I think we described that as. And so the two teams line up in front of us. The Leeds United lineup is as it was at the start of the game at Cardiff last weekend. So Daniel Farker sticks with the same 11. Mark Robins, on the other hand, clearly not happy with the way his team performed against Swansea. He's made 7 changes to his starting 11, including the goalkeeper. So that stuttering start that Coventry had is reflected in those wholesale changes perhaps here. But we do have a memory, I'm sure, of the game against Coventry here last season, which was tough, ended in a draw. And the game in particular, the last time these two teams met in April at Coventry, which ended in a Coventry win. And that was, in a sense, a somewhat significant result because it was coming after the international break. And it was at that time when it all looked so good for Leeds United. They were all conquering in that stage of the season. And suddenly it was Coventry who put a spanner in the works, who won the game by 2-1. And things were never quite the same again after that.
You're right, and Coventry are a side that clearly can raise their game to a certain level. We saw that in the semi-finals of the Cup, so we've got to be wary of all that, but clearly they've got a few problems this season. Haji Wright, who caused us a number of issues when we played against him, he is on the bench. Ellis Sims not really scoring the same amount of goals. He starts today, and Mark Robins has seen enough. He's shaken his team up. So what he's expecting is an absolute reaction, and no doubt he will get that. But we've got to understand as well that forget what they do, it's all about us.
Well, they've been pretty robust on the road, have Coventry. They've picked up a draw away at Watford in their last away fixture. And they put in a decent performance against Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup in losing narrowly at home. And it was on the basis of that performance that Mark Robins stuck with a very similar side for that last league outing against Swansea City last weekend. On reflection, and he has reflected on it, he suggested that was probably a mistake, and hence he's gone back to something that is what you would describe as a more familiar Coventry City lineup for this one. The two teams descend into their respective huddles, and Leeds United have the words of Ethan Ampadu ringing in their ears as they break and prepare to start this game back here at a noisy Ellen Road. Aaronson and the man you heard from before kick-off, Matteo Joseph, stand over the ball. Aaronson departs, and Joseph it is who pledged in that interview you've just heard to see if he could get himself another goal here this afternoon. He's the man who will get the game underway. Leeds United will be kicking the way they would prefer to kick, I think it's fair to say, towards the South Stand first half, having had the switch around in the last game, the last home game. Pascal Struijk declared fit before the game, so keeps his place in the starting 11. Would be interesting to see if Leeds won a penalty, whether he's the man who steps forward to take it, but that's for another time perhaps. Rodon from the back, out wide to Bogle. In it goes, almost into the path of Joseph, not quite. Coventry defend, back to Ben Wilson, back in the starting 11, replacing Dovin. And it's the away side who pick up possession through Eccles, but loses out to Ramazani. Good ball in field to Aaronson. Nice little layoff to the oncoming Ramazani. Now Bogle down the right-hand side for Leeds United. Promise here. Puts it out wide to Gnonto. He's caught late, and that has given Leeds a great opportunity in the very early stages of this game to put pressure on that Coventry goal.
Really good play as well. Ramazani initially intercepts the ball on the far side, and after that, it's a really slick play. And Bogle loves to get forward, doesn't he? It's a late challenge from Jay Dasilva. Takes him down just outside the box. Actually, off the play as well. Aaronson got taken out as well by a midfielder as he's trying to get into the box, but a real positive start.
Gavin Ward is the referee today. No cards issued for either of those challenges, but the free kick has been awarded. And Leeds have Gruev and Aaronson standing over the ball. There is the potential for a shot here, an in-swinger. Or they could put it up to that far side of the penalty area, which is where the body of white shirts wait. Signal is given. It is Gruev who does go for goal, but succeeds only in hitting the wall. So Leeds, who had a free kick of promise, now have to settle for a throw-in.
Certainly never on target either, and with the bend would have gone further away. I think there's no doubt we all know where we need to improve, and set pieces is clearly one of those areas.
The more conventional route might have been to put it up to that far post, but Gruev, maybe with the memories of the Norwich game at the back end of last season. This time, delivery nothing like as threatening. Struijk and Rodon exchange passes at the back for Leeds. Sims in between them. Scored the opening goal against Leeds in the meeting at Coventry in April. Ampadu, nice ball onto Aaronson. Good control. Moves it forward to Bogle down the right side. Puts it inside looking for Gnonto. Gnonto goes down. No challenge, no penalty. Aaronson picks it up for Leeds. Loose ball into Gnonto. And again he goes down. And again the referee looks on and shakes his head. And Ampadu has to pick up and take the ball back into his own half. Once more, Leeds threatening in that Coventry penalty area. And they've picked up a loose ball here as well with Bogle back into Gruev. There's a bit of momentum about Leeds play in these early stages. Brendan Aaronson waits for a pass down the right that never comes. It goes down the left instead, with Struijk pushed on into the path of Ramazani behind Firpo and run back to the goalkeeper, who's happy just to hack it as far forward as he can. And Leeds will quickly pick up and presumably try and get back up to that Coventry end.
And they will. Really good pressure. And a couple of penalty shouts there with Gnonto. Although I have to agree with the referee without looking at them again that Gnonto did go down. Whether he got clipped or not, Josh Eccles was the player with the first challenge, but really good play, getting the ball in and around the box and really taking them on.
Sun is back out here. Pascal Struijk is playing the ball to the left side and Ramazani in the sunshine. Gruev. Out wide it goes, it's picked up. Oh, what a shame. Ramazani maybe could have tried to take that on himself. He was unselfish. Gave the ball away. And Coventry move up into the Leeds half briefly before consolidating possession. And Dasilva is given the ball down there left. And back into his own half. First spell that Coventry have had with any meaningful possession of the ball in the opening 4.5 minutes of this game.
And they'll be delighted just to get their foot on the ball, get a few passes going and get a bit of confidence, push themselves higher up the pitch. We want the exact opposite.
Struijk trying to force the ball beyond Van Ewijk, but it comes off Struijk and goes out for a Coventry throw-in on the halfway line. Former Leeds man Liam Kitching in possession. Ball is swept out wide. It stays in play. That means Ampadu's got to defend it, and he does so with a good firm header back, which allows Meslier to slide to the ground and gather possession of the ball comfortably.
Sun's out again, very bright, isn't it? I'm just wondering, it must be in Meslier's eyes. He's got a cap or something or other. Hopefully it isn't a big problem.
No sign of that. He's shielding his eyes now, though, as the ball comes back into him on the edge of the D. Struijk to Gruev. Back again. Leeds just dropping deep into Meslier, inviting Coventry forward, and the invitation's accepted. Now those three Coventry players who've made movement forward are beginning to drop off and go back. Leeds try and work it beyond them with Rodon. Out wide, right side to Bogle. Infield to Ampadu. Back it goes to Rodon. Now Gruev. Moved on to Aaronson. Tackled. And the ball is heading towards the touchline. Aaronson keeps it in.
Actually, that was an important interception by Eccles, but We're passing it well, just getting further up the pitch, finding those angles to try and get it into Brendan Aaronson. We've seen a couple of times already. It's a good effect.
Gruev under a little bit of pressure, so turns and pushes it back to Pascal Struijk. What was the possession stat in Leeds' favour last weekend? 78% was it that Leeds had in possession?
I'm surprised it wasn't more, to be honest. Cardiff just kept giving the ball back to us.
Well, possession there is conceded, but only temporarily, as the ball goes out off Mason Clark for a throw-in. Mark Robbins down below alongside Daniel Farke, the Leeds manager. Certainly deems it to be an anorak day, like Tony.
I'm with you, boss.
Rodon, miscontrol. Probably not the ball he wanted, in all fairness, was it?
No. Came
at him rather than to him. And he concedes a throw-in, which Dasilva takes. It's launched over the top. Sims was offside, so he couldn't get involved, and it sails beyond him to Meslier.
Sims really slow in getting back on side. In fact, he made no attempt whatsoever. But so if we can keep our line together at the back, move it up and down the pitch. Not sure Sims fancies that side of the job.
Sims and Wright were the two leading scorers for Coventry last season. Wright, the man on the bench today, who was pulled off at half-time of the defeat at home to Swansea last weekend, and as a consequence is not in the starting 11 for this game either. Struijk. Now Firpo, first chance he's had to have a little run, plays it up the line for Ramazani to chase and get to, and to win Leeds a first corner kick of the game.
It's really important as well, once we have good possession at the back, we have to then, when we find the space, move it really quickly and try and get at Coventry's back four. Exactly what we did down that left-hand side then.
So another set-piece opportunity for Leeds United. Brendan Aaronson is the man who will put the ball into the penalty area, where there is much toing and froing currently. Nice shape on the ball. Keeper slipped on the goal line then, but it was headed clear. Leeds have to begin again through Bogle. Square pass to Firpo and then wide to Aaronson. Goes in low. Struik's looping header. Oh, and he and Rodon, not sure what the call was there, but whoever made it, it almost didn't work out.
Well, thank goodness they didn't absolutely collide with one another, because both players only had eyes for the ball. And clearly it's noisy out there, we know that, and they didn't hear each other.
Struijk on the ball now. Meslier and now Bogle via Rodon. Gnonto plays it back into the centre half. He goes square to Struijk. Back from Firpo. Oh, a high-looking challenge there on there. Ramazani, who just bounced off it and carried on. Coventry end up with a throw-in. That's a tricky one for the goalkeeper, bouncing in at him, and gives Joseph an incentive to get after it. Not quite quickly enough. Rodon, cushioned header for Gruev. Off balance as he half volleys it back into his own territory. Gets another go. Nice ball round the corner to Firpo. Ramazani back into Struijk. Leeds dominating possession in these early stages, just past the 10-minute mark. Next level required now as Ampadu picks up the second ball. Here it goes to Gnonto. Bogle waits wide. Gnonto stumbles under a couple of challenges and still going. Good work from Gnonto. And eventually, it's taken nearly 11 minutes, but he's finally won a free kick.
Really good run as well. Just was getting nibbled at, wasn't he, from behind? Tackles were kind of flying in. Half challenge here, half challenge there. Eventually just actually bought the free kick, but there certainly was one earlier in the move. Now, set piece. Let's see what we can do. Come on, bit of quality in, bit of conviction with those runs in the box.
Aaronson will take it. One-man wall between him and the edge of the penalty area. And again, it's the back post where most of the business seems to be done. Aaronson raises his arm. Plays the ball into and over everybody in that area, and it carries all the way to the far side and beyond of the box to Ramazani. Puts it back in again, headed clear. Gruev picks up the clearance. Bogle, white shirts largely staying forward. Bogle almost appeared like he was confusing himself for a bit there. Dragged it one way then the other, but Leeds keep going. Ramazani, scorer of the opening goal against Cardiff, to Struijk. And Joseph, just a little bit heavy with the touch there, Joseph, and he knows it. Acknowledges it with the hands to the head as Coventry end up with a throw-in.
Yes, hasn't been involved too much in the first 12 minutes of the game. Need to get the ball up to him. Bring others into play there. He offered himself, got hold of the ball, but just let it get away from him with his second touch.
Back he goes to the keeper. Wilson clears before Joseph arrives. Bogle, good header to Ampadu. Off the upper chest. Well done, the arm. Now Gnonto into space to Firpo. Force backwards to Gruev. Ampadu to his right and Rodon to Ampadu's right. And Bogle again puts a low ball into the middle, inviting for the diagonal run of Ramazani, cleared behind for another Leeds corner.
Certainly better, moving it nice and quick, and then when Bogle does get it on the right-hand side, get it across where the space is nice and early. Don't take 2, 3 or 4 touches, everything will start to close up.
So another opportunity again for Leeds to put a ball into that Coventry penalty area. There have been numerous even inside these opening 14 minutes. Gruev goes near post from where it's headed away from Firpo. Off the top of the head of Ramazani, swept wide by Joseph. Aaronson comes into the middle. Bogle waits to support. Struijk. Channel ball to Joseph. Holds it up, lays it off. Gnonto. Beyond Joseph. Coventry give the ball away straight away. Now Gruev through the middle for Aaronson, just about works it to Firpo. Now Gnonto's got a bit of space. He's in the penalty area. He's played it to Firpo. It's almost broken back for Gnonto. It has come back for Firpo, and as he just delivers it over his own shoulder, keeper comes to collect.
Wasn't enough time really inside that 18-yard box for Firpo to have a touch. Maybe could have either laid it off first or should have a strike at goal, but getting into some good areas down that left-hand side. Gnonto this time just coming inside, it bounced in front of Firpo, so he took a touch and lost control.
Talking about losing control, that one sails into touch off the defender's boot. Leeds lose it as Gruev slips. Ampadu can't quite get there. Sims turns and runs forward and scuffs a pass wide to this near side to Dasilva. Challenge is a really good one.
Excellent.
From Ramazani. Just played it against his opponent, and out it came for a Leeds United throw-in.
Not quite sure why Mark Robbins is so annoyed at the referee, because it was an excellent challenge. There's no doubt it come off his Coventry player.
Mark Robbins, all in blue. Down below, Joseph with an arm around his neck, keeps his opponent away. Finds a short ball to Bogle. And then back it goes to Meslier. And then Struijk to start things again, perhaps here, because Firpo could carry it forward if he so wishes. Goes instead inside to Gruev. On it goes short. Lovely control from Ramazani. Now Rodon. Everybody up in that Coventry half bar Meslier. Aaronson, there's room out to the left to Firpo. And he's played the ball into the middle. Oh, what a finish! What a finish from Gnonto! Let the ball roll across his body and then just placed it right up into the top corner of the net. Terrific ball to find him as well. That is a quality goal for Leeds United. Leeds 1, Coventry 0.
It's a brilliant finish, it really is, and that's what happens when you move the ball quickly and first time, get it across the box, find those spaces, and then when you get that opportunity, can you hit the target? Well, he certainly can. Nearly bust the net as well. Brilliant from Gnonto. First it was Aaronson down the left-hand side, and when it comes across, Gnonto's running in onto the ball. And rather than smack it as hard as he can, he guides it with his instep brilliantly in the roof of the net.
That's as hard a side foot as you will ever see hit. It came off the instep and it flew up into the top corner. And the name of Gnonto rings around Ellen Road. Leeds pressure in these early stages has its reward. Much discussion in the aftermath of the Cardiff game about players' ability to finish chances. Well, maybe they have been doing a bit of work on it, because that was out the top drawer, that one. Bogle, in it goes to Gnonto again. Coventry managed to smuggle it clear. Firpo. He'll be lucky to get away with that one, Junior Firpo. Well, he has got away with it because he made the error. He lost sight of the ball and he just stepped in front of Van Ewijk. And the referee saw nothing untoward, which is fine.
I saw nothing. What about you, Bryn?
Eyes closed. Gruev. Rodon. Puts it over the top. Not the worst idea. Ramazani itself on a run down the left side, but keeper got there comfortably ahead of him, as it turned out. Okay.
Idea was okay. Ball was
okay.
bad. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a Welsh international. Coventry counter-attack with Mason Clark on the edge and into the penalty area. Gnonto comes through and just about manages to hold off anything overly rash. So Leeds can now counter-attack themselves with Aaronson making moves forward here. Goes through the middle. Ramazani's not quite. Oh, keeper spilt it. Joseph couldn't put it beyond the stretched arm. Gruev invited to shoot. He does, and the keeper palms it away off the goal line. It's all happening here.
Wonderful play. And Gruev, I thought, oh, it's a difficult ball. Go on, give it a go. He did exactly that. Great volley, controlled it. Keeper had to get back quickly and just get it out somehow, but the run was excellent for Ramazani. Keeper should have obviously done better. Makes up for it once there, and here twice, going back. It was going in for sure, but a good save.
Aaronson for Leeds, going for the byline. He's wriggled into the box. Almost got the opportunity to roll it into the path of a teammate. It's just cleared behind for a Leeds corner.
Yeah, it's a really good play. We're asking plenty of questions, this Coventry City side. You mentioned all the changes. Well, they've come out certainly fighting hard, but they find themselves a goal down already. You just wonder, a second goal, what would that do to them?
It would be nice to find out. We're in the 20th minute, and Leeds United have another corner kick here. Aaronson is the man. In it curls. Nice shape on that one. Keeper flaps it away off the goal line, and the referee has awarded a free kick to Coventry for a foul on the keeper, who may count himself a little bit lucky there, because there was a crowd around him for sure, but he's certainly taken a knock because he's stayed down.
He has, and the punch, all he did was punch it centre and straight down, fortunately to one of his own players, but referee clearly saw a foul earlier as the ball comes across. Again, that one just slightly overhit. Was it his own player that did it? Probably was.
So Wilson requires treatment. The man he replaced, Dovin, is the substitute goalkeeper. And as the keeper requires treatment, so players come to take on board fluids.
Good start, Bryn, hasn't it?
It's been a really good start.
It has, and I think we've got our reward for that good start, and sometimes that doesn't always happen. Then you can see us after 15-20 minutes, we don't score, the opposition then getting into it. But that's why here now, 1-0 up, it's what element of control can we now really put out there? And that's, I like Rodon there, just talking to everyone now. It's just reminders, making sure we do the same thing. We get another chance, let's take that one. Nothing changes for us. Keep it nice and tight at the back, go and get a goal.
Well, you do have that sense. I'm sure there was a problem with the keeper, but it has given Coventry the opportunity to get across to the touchline and Mark Robbins to get words in their ears. And I think what Rodon was possibly indicating was we've got to keep going here, that the game must continue to follow the same pattern, even after that little break in proceedings, which will be brought to a conclusion by the injured keeper Wilson taking the free kick. against a wall of noise. Header from Ampadu. Run into touch by Rudoni. And Bogle picks the ball up, wipes whatever moisture there is on it off. It has been wet in West Yorkshire this week for sure. Coventry with the ball on the halfway line. Just about kept in by Dasilva. Eccles goes back. Joseph will chase, but Thomas will get there ahead of him. But that presence and the pressure, and it's a poor clearance from the goalkeeper. So Joseph's work pays off. Aaronson trying to make Coventry pay an even heavier price. Ramazani. Back it goes to Firpo. Great turn from Aaronson. He's really unlucky there, just as it looked like he'd wriggled away from his opponent. The ball got caught between his legs and it was taken away from him.
Unfortunate for Aaronson. I think he started the game extremely well. Such an important position, that number 10, to always be involved. 360-degree view as well. Need to know what's around you, behind you. Aaronson spins and finds space really well.
Mason Clark back into Thomas. Push forward to Rudoni. Has the ball again for Coventry, arrived from Huddersfield. And there's Kitching with a ball into an unmarked Dasilva. Coventry opt to go backwards rather than forwards for the time being. Now they've, well, there they go, they're going backwards again now off the heels there of Matteo Joseph. Ramazani making a nuisance of himself again against the man in possession. Kitching out to Dasilva. Force backwards, good pressing from Leeds players there. Bogle picks up the loose ball that results up and over the top, inviting Aaronson to go and challenge. Clearance goes straight to Bogle. Gnonto trying to get beyond Dasilva. Tackles flying. Leeds emerge with possession before the referee awards a free kick to Coventry.
Yeah, I think just a bit of a clumsy challenge there from Ampadu that just didn't quite get the ball.
Coventry through the midfield. Rudoni. The runner is Sims, and he has the ball at his feet now. Rodon's gone all the way across with him, and the ball is out. And as Sims thought he'd smuggled it away from the Leeds defender, the assistant raises his flag to indicate Leeds throw in.
Really good, strong defending. Quick across the ground, we know that. There's Rodon. And Sims gets in front and just shepherds the ball out.
Firpo will take the throw in front of the east stand. Short to Gruev. Struijk puts his foot through it, doesn't get it too far. Ampadu helps it with the head onto the chest of Aaronson. Good close control from Aaronson, but he couldn't find the run of Firpo. Coventry win it back. Given away straight to Joseph. Tries to work the ball from right to left foot, and then something of a hopeful ball, but it actually pays off because it gets it to Struijk, and now Leeds have space down the right-hand side for Bogle, and now Gnonto. Gnonto going inside the first challenge with ease. Carries the ball into the middle. Options available to right and left. Ampadu's a short, easy pass. Gives it back to Gnonto. There's plenty down the left side if Leeds go down that route. Struijk gives it to Firpo on that left now. Further wide is Aaronson. Back it comes in for Firpo. Now Struijk. Rodon in the centre circle. Bogle waits out wide on the right.
Bogle always waits out wide on the right.
And looks to the heavens as Leeds go left instead.
Well, I think that switch is going to always on, but it's nice and quick, isn't it, when the space is there?
Here's Aaronson down that left-hand side, moving into the edge of the penalty area now. He's into the box. Now Joseph plays it into the path of Ramazani. Ramazani moves one way, then the other, and the ball takes a deflection off the back of a Coventry defender as they tried desperately to clear. Could have gone anywhere, dropped into the hands of the keeper.
Coventry are lucky there. Really good play. Tighten in the box. All started once again by Aaronson, but Joseph played his part. Some really good rotation of positions there from our frontmen.
Rolled out by Wilson. Coventry playing the ball out from the edge of the penalty area now. Move it up towards the halfway line, given straight to Struijk. Aaronson, Ampadu and Gruev, and now Joseph. Joseph ran into a challenge but kept hold of the ball. Gruev to Firpo with a little more time in possession, gives it back to Gruev. Gruev involved in a lot for Leeds through the middle there. Now Ampadu is partner in that position. Back to Gruev, just puts it up and over the top. Ramazani takes on the chest, lovely control from Ramazani, turns onto his to shoot. Well, what a goal that would have been had it not been for Wilson's full stretch save, because from the control to the turn to the shot, it was all exquisite.
It really was, and finally we don't go wide, we look more central. It's just a chip up, but Ramazani does brilliantly. They don't keep it nice and tight against him, so he thought, why not give it a shot? Almost found the top corner, not quite accurate enough to test the keeper more, but excellent.
This corner drops in near post, comes back for Gruev, who just puts it back up in the air. Sims it is, the clearing header. Bogle goes up in the air again, and Firpo waits wide, bounces once and onto the foot of the Leeds defender. Nice back heel. That gives Gnonto a bit of time to weigh up an option here. He's going for the byline currently.
Someone else has to get in the box. There's only Matteo Joseph in there with 4 or 5 around him, and we talk about goals from midfield. That's the sort of opportunity there where a midfielder can run late and find that space in there. We don't quite have that player or that mindset to go and do that sort of thing.
So it ends up with Coventry having a throw in midway inside their own half. We're just moving now into the 29th minute here at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 1, Coventry City 0. Gnonto with the goal. Ball is out wide on this near side to Dasilva. And then a step over and a carry forward from Mason Clark. Still going. Cuts it into the middle. Rodon has to get it clear. Only to Dasilva. Dasilva plays it straight against the body of Bogle, who appeals for the throw-in. Patrick Bamford in close proximity does likewise. One of the Leeds replacements, but referee awards Coventry the throw. Dasilva takes his time, goes back to Eccles, further back to the halfway line to Bobby Thomas, and then it's picked up by the skipper, Sheaf, given away. Firpo now on to Gnonto. Gnonto waits to see what's arriving and then decides to go it alone into Joseph. Joseph coming infield, still carrying the ball. There's plenty wide. Joseph! Oh, what a chance that was. And the keeper with fingertips puts that one up and over the crossbar. And Joseph looks to the heavens, feeling that maybe he could have put Leeds 2 up there.
He's done everything right. He really has. It's a brilliant turn as well. Once again, he isn't closed down, so he just keeps going. Centre of the goal. Couldn't quite find the finish left or right, but good shot, good save.
Another Leeds corner. The count is growing. From Aaronson. Easily cleared off the referee, and he has to blow the whistle here, doesn't he? And he has to give Coventry the ball as well, because they'd won the header. Ampadu is frustrated, but that's the way it works these days.
It does, unfortunately. It doesn't seem fair, but that is what he has to do.
So Coventry have the chance to boot the ball way up the pitch rather than continue to defend from a loose header. Dasilva, Gnonto on his back, given away to Ampadu, gets it onto the chest, takes it down really well there. Joseph was coming at him at a lick, trying to play it through the gap. Gnonto. Coventry get enough bodies in the way to deflect, and now Sims is on the chase, and Struik's got to stay with him as Sims picks it up first. Sims making room for teammates to arrive. The ball is just away there from Rudoni, but he has possession now for the away side. Rudoni lets it run off, and then it comes back, and Coventry find themselves midway inside now the Leeds half before they probe forward again. Ramazani doing the defensive job to great effect. What a really good tackle from Ramazani, and he'll get a huge round of applause for that. not just from the fans, but from his teammates as well.
Yes, and what Ramazani will soon learn is that Leeds fans love a winger that really works hard. Yes, we want to see him score plenty of goals, but that effort going the other way is vitally important, and it was brilliant work.
Ampadu over the top. Joseph can't quite get there. Thomas clears. Coventry on the ball. Kitching. And then it's given to Sheaf. Back to Kitching again. The Harrogate lad. And then in the right side for Coventry. Ewijk has the ball back and is forced back by Ramazani, and he's got a little hand in the back. He's lucky because, as you can see, if you're watching pictures of this one, the clearance went straight into touch for another corner to Leeds potentially, but just a little nudge from Ramazani there beforehand results in Coventry being awarded a free kick.
Yes, that little nudge did seem to put him off, and out it went, but Coventry really struggling to get too many passes together in the middle of the pitch, and the only danger, I suppose, is when they just hook it up to Sims, so he's got to be wary of that.
Back it goes. And, subs emerge from the Leeds bench. Get applauded from those in the West Stand below. Sheaf, poor ball given away. Now Aaronson. Gnonto sets off, herring forward. Aaronson holds it. And still trying to work it through for a gap for Gruev there. It was all maybe just a little bit too complicated. Great tackle from Ampadu, magnificent. And it's played in for Joseph in the penalty area. Puts it across the middle, just beyond Aaronson. Ampadu, in the meantime, stays down. It was a gallant challenge from the Leeds player, but I hope it hasn't come at a high price, because the game goes on and the Leeds man stays on the ground. Leeds will surely look to kick the ball out shortly, and that's exactly what Gnonto does now. Tremendous tackle, but what is the cost?
That's one heck of a challenge from Ampadu, but I'm just worried looking at his knee. For me, is that sort of challenge does, if you haven't got everything extended and really strong and tight, when the challenge is a strong one at your foot, it's how does that knee then cope with it? And he hasn't moved since then. That's what they're checking. Hopefully it's not too bad. At least they're up and bending it to start with, but great play initially.
There it is. And even after that, if Joseph could have just rolled it into the middle, there were a couple of players in there. Aaronson probably the best bet, just a little too far away from him. Otherwise, it was pretty much a side foot tap in. So the players again, for both teams, take the opportunity to come to the near side touchline. Daniel Farker hasn't got much to say to his players. Mark Robbins is a very different proposition. He's got plenty to say to his group.
Yeah, the touch is a heavy one, and he just gets there, and it's the left knee. You can see it's kind of outstretched and down and hit with such force. Let's hope it's just a slight twist and nothing more than that.
It's a busy week ahead for Leeds United as well, on the road. Yippee. Norwich away on Tuesday night. Always look forward to that one. And then Sunderland away. Thank you, fixture list people, on Friday night.
Yeah, and two tough places to go, aren't they? That's more importantly in that we got to really make sure we get these 3 points here and go into those two full of confidence.
Well, Ampadu's back up on his feet at least now. Decisions will need to be made as to whether he's able to continue here. There are obvious switches to be made, as Ampadu doesn't look most happy, does he? Walking towards the touchline. Rothwell is one of those quartet of Leeds subs warming up, as is Tanaka.
Yes, those two are the obvious straight replacements, but let's see what Ampadu thinks. He's still on the sideline, so that's a positive.
Leeds are not making a decision just yet. The fourth official is in close proximity, in conversation with the medical staff.
Those sort of injuries as well, when they happen, they're extremely painful, but you don't know exactly what you've done. And so, Ampadu's right to go down and then just take a bit of time and just see exactly the damage. It does feel like it's slowly going off, but of course what the physios will think is if we play him, if we put him back out there, will that just make things worse? So got to be mindful.
Yep. Ampadu seems keen to continue, but you would expect that, wouldn't you? The warrior-like figure that he is. Leeds temporarily just with the 10 out there. Firpo, one of them. Gives it back to Gruev. Leeds are keen to get Ampadu back on, and he's on. Starts with a limp rather than a sprint, but not moving too badly just at the moment. May have his first touch as a fitness test shortly. Bogle instead plays it through the middle. Good layoff to Aaronson. Aaronson has Ramazani! Oh, he's put it wide. Well, again, fabulous approach play from Leeds United. And you were waiting for the net to ripple, frankly.
That is some move. Wonderful move. And Ramazani has fluffed his lines. What a layoff from Matteo Joseph. When the ball gets fired in, Aaronson delivers the ball to Ramazani perfectly. Puts it through his laces instead of maybe just guiding it with his instep. Whatever hit the target, and we can't.
Still just the one. And again, it's another half that Leeds United have completely dominated. As we move into the 39th minute, given away almost to Gruev, but then he couldn't quite work it to Joseph. Coventry have been really sloppy in those passes out from the back.
They're struggling because the options are limited. We're closing down really well, making sure the options are limited for Coventry.
The Wayside have the ball with Dasilva. Mason Clark is onside. And he's fouled by Gnonto, who just left a little cheeky foot in there as Mason Clark took the ball away from him.
He did, but Mason Clark is looking for that all day long. You can always tell when the straight leg comes out. It was just a cheap foul.
Not looking good for Ethan Ampadu here. He's gone back down again. Medical staff are called back out again. And I think the likelihood is, in fact, I can tell you that he will be replaced shortly, as it looks like Tanaka is the man who's going to come on instead. Yes, it is. So, Tanaka is ready to replace Ethan Ampadu, and it's a concerning sight for Leeds. Such an important part of this team and what it does.
Certainly is, but at least Ampadu, has gone down again, making sure that he doesn't suffer a layoff that could be extremely long, but fingers crossed it's not too bad, but certainly he can't carry on.
Craig Bellamy will be one of those who have no doubt been alerted as to the injury suffered by one of his international players, with another window just a couple of weeks away now. Ampadu, he is still moving and he is still walking, and he's going to walk unaided to the near side touchline, but his afternoon is over. Applauded all the way to the touchline. Such a very popular player. So now Tanaka, one of two Japanese internationals in the respective squads today. Sakamoto is in the Coventry group. Tanaka comes on. We've seen glimpses. We've liked what we've seen. Now he has a much longer period, 50 minutes plus, to show us what he's all about. Defensive work for Leeds to do first, though, with this Coventry free kick. It's 8 yards outside the penalty area. And they have sent the big guys up. Referee delays and then gives the signal. Eccles leaves it. Rudoni curled towards the back post, headed well away. Bogle will pick it up and look to get Gnonto running, and he does. And Gnonto, he's taking his mat. Well, Well, the referee has given the free kick to Coventry. Unbelievable decision. Because Gnonto looked like he'd been blocked off there as he looked to put the afterburners on and go round his marker. But actually it's Gnonto who's penalised, and the free kick is to the away team.
Well, there's a lot of just pushing and shoving there, but you can always tell when the defender just gets up and tries to get on with it, knowing that it wasn't a foul.
Cross into the middle is a dangerous one. Mason Clark was arriving. Bogle did well, had to get in front of the ball and get in front of his man there just to put him off, and he, I think, did enough to ensure that was the case, and Bogle's taken a whack for his troubles.
Once again, it's an excellent ball. You've just got to make sure somehow you put the opposition player off, and if you can't get the header, just nudge them out the way somehow. And here, early cross, they really can cause plenty of problems into a really good area, and he does enough.
Bogle's back up. The game will continue with the ball out over this near side for a Leeds throw-in. So Bogle is the man who's had to jog over to take it. Bogle looks like he's going to put distance on this one, given the distance to which his teammates are retreating currently. And that's exactly what happens down the line. Given away. Won back, and then given away again. Won back by Ramazani. Tanaka, good touch to Struijk. Just tries to play it into an open area. Joseph somewhat blocked off by Kitching as he was trying to run through after that one. The referee didn't see it. Coventry working out from the edge of the penalty area. Kitching. Rodon, good challenge. Oh, well, I thought so. The referee obviously didn't. Gives Coventry a free kick.
Well, that's a strange one. Goes Coventry's way. But Tanaka's got an important role to play, hasn't he, now? With Ampadu missing. Big shoes to fill, but you're right. We're seeing really good things from him. Keeps the ball extremely well. He's got plenty of time to show us in the second half what he can do.
There's quite a bit of the first half remaining, to be honest, because I think we're going to have a considerable period of added time here. 2 stoppages we've had in this first half. Nice try from Eccles, but much to the enjoyment of the Leeds United fans, he got that all wrong. And it comes off him and goes out for a Leeds United throw-in. Bogle again could go long. Didn't do particularly well with the long one last time, but that looks like the option again here. Indeed it is. Joseph can't find a teammate. Aaronson hairs off in pursuit of possession. Goes back all the way into the penalty area to the keeper, Wilson. And then in a little bit of space is Sheaf. Out a little wide before it's won back by Firpo. Forces the ball out of play. And it's taken quickly by Ewijk. Mason Clark intercepted. Ramazani, shame he couldn't get to the second ball, or he was off then. Maybe this time takes it down, tucks it back in for Gruev. Now Ramazani can have a little run, spots a run out wide to Gnonto. Time and space into the edge of the penalty area, shoots just wide, deflected as well, so that will be a corner kick.
Excellent counter-attack as well. And once we get it, we move it so quickly. And that's when the opposition haven't got time to line up defensively. We can take advantage of the space, and look how much Gnonto has got on that left-hand side. Cuts inside, tries to take it early, give the keeper the eyes, and just nicks it off the defender.
6 added minutes. Leeds have a corner, another corner. Struijk and Rodon are both in there. Aaronson, arm raised, shuffle run, curls it in, goes up. Struijk with a header, and from the forehead of Pascal Struijk, it carries over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick.
Okay, it's promising. At least Struijk got to the ball. One of our centre halves, attacked it. Ball in was decent as well. Always difficult though going away from goal.
Short goal kick. Coventry lose possession. Tanaka keeps it away and then plays it back into Pascal Struijk. a minute of the added time has gone.
I always thought last week that was a remarkable stat when Tanaka came on in the 90th minute. He made more completed passes than any of the players that Cardiff had over 90 minutes. I mean, that's saying something, isn't it?
Yeah, that does say something. Probably more about Cardiff than Tanaka, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true.
He's on the ball again, though, and he's given it to Gruev. Short ball then to Rodon. Tanaka again, the recipient, on the halfway line. Short to Gruev. Gruev will go long, over the top. Bogle gets in behind. Still there for Bogle! Shoots powerfully on the half volley. And the keeper on his near post has to push it behind for a corner.
Well, at last, because that option is on so many times. And yes, just look up and just launch it. Dasilva gets caught out. First touch wasn't a great one, but the second one was certainly fierce and a good save. Not sure it was quite going in anyway, but good effort.
Trying to find a gap between the keeper's arm and the post. Didn't quite manage it. Again, Leeds with a corner kick. Aaronson. Low one this time. Firpo comes back for Aaronson. Still trying to find room for a cross maybe here, or a teammate to help out. Firpo. Gnonto back to Firpo. Nice interchange between those two, but Firpo loses out to Dasilva. Dasilva gets it up the line, over the head of Sims, straight through to Bogle. Leeds can start off down the left-hand side, and Struijk this time. Now Ramazani. Ramazani just a little dawdled a little on the ball there, almost got caught. Rodon happy to just poke back to Meslier. 3 of the added 6 have now elapsed. Tanaka to Rodon, and now Bogle, runner through the middle. Bogle's caught latest. He'd let the ball roll away then and got a whack. And although Mason Clark stays down, he it was who provided that whack. I think that was Mason Clark just hedging against the potential for a yellow card there, holding his hand to his face. The referee gave nothing other than a free kick to Leeds. Struijk, he put it on the channel, taken down well by Ramazani. There are runners for Leeds here. Bogle is one of them. He has the ball on the edge of the penalty area, and he goes deep with a cross, too deep as it's turned out. It's going all the way to the far side where Firpo tries to get to it, and then it goes out for a throw-in.
But I really like the runs that we're making. We're trying to stretch the game as well, and then getting into the channels, getting hold of it further up the pitch.
50th minute in this first half. Just the one goal, despite all the pressure, possession and chances. Throw into Leeds, level with the edge of the box. Still a couple of minutes left for them to do something at the end of this first half. Ramazani looked like he was caught there, but the referee didn't see it that way. Tanaka with a header. Now it comes down for Ramazani. Oh, that's almost a little lovely ball through the gap there. Leeds try and win it back with Gruev. Goes up in the air. He's left a boot in, I think, on his opponent Eccles there. And Eccles stays down as a consequence. The referee still hasn't yellow carded anybody in this game.
It does feel like the second goal is coming, but it just won't drop, will it? And you feel with a 2-0 lead, it just will feel so very different. The boys can probably then relax and really turn it on, but at the moment, not quite getting there, but some good play nonetheless.
Coventry's possession. Final minute. Kitching. Back to Wilson. Joseph goes off in pursuit of Thomas. Puts it up long. Firpo skids and just has the ball basically hit him and go out for a throw-in. Back into the Coventry half, the ball is thrown to Thomas. Now Kitching. Thomas again. Silva lurking, but the ball is miles away from either him or Mason Clark, and it's a poor pass from the back, and it goes straight out for a goal kick.
Yeah, 30,000 plus teammates there shouting, you've got plenty of time.
Well, that's the last action of the first half, and you'll hear from the applause that the home fans have enjoyed what they've seen so far. Leeds have been good, and the only slight concern as they walk towards the tunnel would surely be the fact that the lead is just the one goal, an excellent goal scored by Gnonto.
Yeah, so we've started the game extremely well. We're on top. Coventry found it difficult to get through our press, and we had the ball. We were finding space and looking good. Just got to be wary of that just long ball over the top for Sims, but they've offered very little, and we've offered plenty going forward. Got one good goal, one or two other chances we might have done better with, but 1-0 half-time, looking good.
So there you go. Leeds United head towards the tunnel with a slender advantage here at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 1, Coventry City 0. Goes back, and Kitching is on the ball for the visitors now. Thomas back to Kitching again, never made a first team appearance for Leeds. Played at youth team level. There's the ball again here. Just pushes it down the touchline for Sims to go after. Lovely work by Joe Rodon, not just to get to the ball, but to stop it, turn it away from his opponent and get it forward. Challenge on the halfway line. Gnonto is penalised. Be slightly careful here, Willie Gnonto. What's that, the third or fourth foul he's committed? Coventry don't hang around. They take it quickly and move it quickly, and Mason Clark has it wide side. Given into space on that left-hand side. It's whipped in towards a near post, and Struijk has to come across ahead of Sims just to get that one out of play for a throw-in.
Well, Coventry have started extremely quickly. We need to match them, but Struijk, excellent defending because it's fired across. Rodon was beaten, but not Struijk.
Ball in to touch again. Coventry given the nod in terms of the possession of the throw-in. Tanaka, tenacious, wins Leeds a throw-in on that far touchline. Bogle will take it for Leeds. Some supporters still finding their seats at the start of the second half. Miscontrol, but still Bogle in possession. Opens things up. Struijk, he's under pressure. And then a chance for the shot. And it's gone well wide as it turns out, but just a little sloppy period of play from Leeds on the edge of their own penalty area. Get
away with that, don't we? You're right. Passing straight ball out from the middle of the pitch is never a good idea. And that was a misplaced one from Pascal Struijk.
Meslier. And it's played out to Pascal Struijk. Ramazani, standout performer in that first half. Now Aaronson. Not the ball Firpo wanted. Struijk just stays out of a potentially dangerous challenge there. And then it's Leeds who end up with a throw-in. Fourth official steps in, just in case Latibeaudiere was going to argue the case. Firpo will take it. Movement, but not of the kind that is appealing to him currently. Goes beyond Ramazani. Gruev, yeah, arm pulled back, well spotted by the referee there. And so Leeds get a free kick. Gruev just held as he was trying to stretch to play the ball. Firpo tried to put it forward into the channel for the run of Ramazani there, intercepted. Leeds with Tanaka. Takes it down. Coolly plays it back for Struijk. You hear a little woo there because he did put quite a bit behind that one, Pascal Struijk, but not enough to really trouble Meslier. Gnonto, lovely play. Gets the ball out of his feet to Bogle. Infield to Ramazani. Ramazani back into Bogle. Into the middle. Into the back of the net. Jayden Bogle scores his first goal for Leeds United. Lovely approach play from the home team again. And Bogle it is who pops up down the right to finish off the tips of the fingers of the goalkeeper. Leeds United 2, Coventry City 0.
What a finish that was. And Bogle finds space on that right-hand side so very often, but what a difference it makes when we move the ball quickly. And one touch, two touch, we slice through the Coventry defence. And Bogle just hit the target, asked the keeper a question. And this one he couldn't answer. Heading into that far corner, keeper gets a touch, but can't keep it out. Ramazani with an excellent pass as well, wasn't it, to Jayden Bogle? That's better 2-0.
I'm not sure the goalkeeper will be entirely satisfied with his attempt to keep that one out there.
It was poor. It was he could have done clearly a lot better, but you know what, that's how it goes. You've got to keep asking the questions, keep hitting the target. At least this time we did that, and we got our reward.
And it was that man Bogle popping up down the right-hand side and played in perfectly and did the rest himself. Leeds have a throw-in midway inside their own half. 40 minutes to go here at Ellen Road. That scoreboard has a much brighter complexion to it now, with a second goal having been added. And again, you'd say all Leeds deserve, really, after a dominant first half. Bogle puts it forward. Ramazani, oh, we like that. Little nod down. Defender's just going to get there ahead of him. But he is a proper live wire, isn't he? He's chasing after this one as well. And again, the pressure almost tells, because the Coventry passing is loose. And now they've got the bit between the teeth at the moment, Leeds here. Rodon goes down, and that's a heavy challenge by Sims. And the referee quickly in to stop play and award Leeds a free kick. And down below, Farker, little hands above the head, applause for Ramazani, and he's chasing there.
It's good play all round. It's just so infectious, the closing down. And the quicker we do it, the quicker we can win the ball back higher up the pitch, and really is good play.
Leeds a little exchange of passes that takes them from the halfway line back to Meslier. Tanaka's involved, he's involved again. Gives it to Pascal Struijk. Now Ramazani, first time ball, swept in field, he gets the second ball. Ramazani at pace, running at Coventry, tucks it inside, it almost comes back to him a second time there. It was like he was playing 1-2s off the opposition there, Ramazani moving forward. Leeds briefly get it back again. And Joseph tried to keep the pressure on. Thomas back to the keeper. The keeper is pursued by Aaronson. And Coventry work it round the white shirts, at least for the time being.
Yeah, on this occasion.
Latibeaudiere across the middle. Now Kitching. On that left-hand side, Dasilva. Eccles. Back to Thomas. Latibeaudiere plays it into an area occupied only by Tanaka. Firpo goes down. Somewhat staggered fall there by Junior Firpo, but it did the trick. He's won the free kick.
Ewijk just giving away the foul, but now it's important we just concentrate, keep the same sort of intensity, take no chances, because no doubt the first 5 minutes of this second half, whatever Robin said to his side, they come out firing, didn't they? But the goal really knocked the stuffing out of them.
Aaronson dragged back. Ball stays in play, actually. Good tackle, Struijk. Latibeaudiere does well to shift the direction of play. Coventry are inevitably going to have a go at this now. Pushing more men forward. Back it comes to Sheaf. Into his own half to Kitching. Thomas, man out wide, waiting on the right side is Van Ewijk. Cross into the middle, goes beyond everybody, gone through Struijk. And Leeds were a tiny bit fortunate there. They haven't cleared well. Gnonto's got to get back into his own area, and then the flag is raised. And that's good work by Gnonto ultimately, just to snuff out the challenge there. And I think Leeds have an offside decision.
Yes, initially Gnonto just made the mistake, but straight away got back and rectified it. Seems straying offside to the return pass, but Gnonto was there.
Tanaka. And Struijk. Back to the keeper. And now Rodon. Forward it goes to Bogle. Fancies a run here down that touchline. Ball comes off to Silva and out for a throw-in. Bogle stays forward to take it. Aaronson. Bogle trying to put it back to Aaronson, I think, there. Joseph again, happy to chase. Keeper plays a somewhat ropey ball out. He'll have to do it again maybe here. He's under pressure once more. This time he puts air underneath it. Bogle with a header. Gnonto. And it's going to be a Leeds ball midway inside the Coventry half.
Coventry just finding there's no way out. Really difficult to get into any sort of space with the ball at their feet.
Tanaka goes back into his own half to Rodon. Now Struijk. Firpo. Gruev. Oh, lovely ball. Gnonto. Ramazani's gone one side. Gnonto holds it up. Now Ramazani has it. And on the right foot, played into Firpo. Firpo just ran through the back of his opponent there, Latibeaudiere, and just enough contact for the Coventry man to go down and get a free kick when they were under real pressure.
Yeah, lovely play though, isn't it? Just the way they linked up on the left and Firpo almost in.
Coventry have the ball in the middle of their own half. Eccles. Back it goes to Kitching. And then pushed out to Dasilva. Intercepted well by Tanaka. Goes down, wins a free kick. And I think there's an offside call in the midst of all that as well, so take your pick. Leeds moving it out to Firpo. Just puts it into an area. Ramazani's not quite going to get there in time. Ewijk for Coventry. Latibeaudiere in field. Keep it away from the Leeds players. Kitching. And again. In the centre circle. Gruev goes after it. The ball is just played back to the goalkeeper, and that's good work from Leeds, just to ensure that the only option for Coventry is behind them. Kitching moves it forward and then just goes along with a diagonal. The ball, Ewijk picks it up and controls well on his left foot, puts it to the far side where Bogle waits and heads it clear. Firpo, foul on Firpo as he cleared the ball there. It was a really good opportunity for a referee just to hang fire for 1 second and see what Ramazani did as he turned and started to move forward, but he didn't take it.
No, but Firpo, nice and composed, just knocked it past. As you can see, he was going to beat his man all ends up, but it was brought back. Not made too many mistakes, to be fair to the referee. I think the big decisions he's got right.
So far. Pascal
so
Struijk. Tanaka. Now Rodon. Ball through the middle for Joseph. Can't control. And then it's played forward into a good place for Van Ewijk. Leeds buzzing around, trying to win the ball back. Coventry much more at it now. I guess that's born of desperation. But still Leeds have got to be mindful of that and ensure that they keep a focus and concentration at a key stage in the game as we move towards the hour mark.
Yes, after going 2-0 down there, they are still recovering and showing fight. Must be difficult though when you've just conceded a second straight into that second half. But they're certainly all in it together still, so we have to be mindful.
There's a big hand pull on the shirt of Ramazani there, and again it's happening that the referee, it's on the other side of the referee. But Aaronson emerges with possession. Now Struijk. There was a first-time ball on, and just maybe waited a little long, but Ramazani almost came in to help out. But, couldn't find Matteo Joseph. And it's going to be a Coventry City throw-in. Coventry are preparing changes here, and so Thomas-Asante is ready to come on. I think Sakamoto's coming on as well. Back with Wilson in the penalty area. Sun shines brightly once more over half the pitch here at Ellen Road. Pressure from Aaronson. The ball is worked to Thomas. Over the top for the fullback's run. Firpo needs to get across to block the channel off, and the ball's run into touch, as it turns out, by Van Ewijk. And now the changes will be made by Mark Robins. So the first man off is Ellis Sims. Really hasn't had anything to work with up top. Asante comes on to replace him. And the second change sees the skipper, Ben Sheaf, replaced by Sakamoto. Mason Clark is off, and Sheaf is a little slower to get into the touchline. And the last change, we'll see Wright come on. So Mark Robins, who made numerous changes ahead of the fixture, is now making more changes in this second half, trying to impact the outcome as we've moved into the final 30 minutes here at Ellen Road. Header towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Rodon clears. Gnonto, touch was heavy, lost the ball. Dasilva forced back into his own half to Kitching. Now Eccles, left side Dasilva. Coventry still in possession just inside the Leeds half. Now they're back in their own half.
The changes that Mark Robins has made, obviously very much attacking wise, so there will be space for us when we win the ball back.
Ball is played over the head of everybody and straight through for a pick-up for Meslier. Gets well off his goal line, out towards the edge of the penalty area to get to the ball under no pressure. Rolls it out underarm to Pascal Struijk. Howdy high. Ask your grandparents. Rodon on the edge of the penalty area. Out to Bogle. Eyes shielded in the east stand as Bogle tries to get going down the touchline, but he runs it into touch. And it will be a throw into Coventry on the halfway line. Comes back for Kitching. Into the middle to Thomas. And then Van Ewijk, pursued by Ramazani, keeps the ball away from Ramazani. Aaronson goes into the challenge. Coventry still in their own half, working hard just to try and get a ball forward here. Leeds similarly working hard off the ball to try and block off all the options,
which I think we're doing rather well.
Requires high work rate commitment, and Aaronson showing that at the moment as he forces Kitching. Kitching looks forward and says, I can't get the ball forward to you, as it goes back to the goalkeeper. And Kitching again has it on the edge of his own penalty area. Exchanges passes with the goalkeeper Wilson. Now he can look forward. And then it goes out wide to Dasilva. Dasilva's pushed back by Gnonto. Really good work this. No obvious reward for Leeds, but it's keeping Coventry penned back in their own half at the moment, even whilst they're in possession. Kitching again, and have been for some time. Until there'll be a slip maybe. Well, now they're working it forward. Offside, surely. Flag is raised, yes. The man down the left-hand side had gone beyond the last defender. And so as soon as he touched the ball, flag went up.
Good patient defending, wasn't it? Just unfortunate there when Gnonto intercepted the ball. It went straight to a Coventry player, but once again making it really difficult, doing all the dirty stuff. The other side, the defending, which is really important, and doing it well.
Struijk. the best ball for Aaronson. It's given away. Ewijk. Tanaka, good header, but it drops into the path of Rudoni. Now Sakamoto. Do you get two Japanese internationals in opposition in the championship? I don't think. Eccles with the ball wide. There's space for Dasilva. Bogle, great interception. And now he can go because it's been picked up by Gnonto. So Bogle can keep running over his shoulder. Comes into Ramazani. Tucked back in. Not a great ball from Ramazani, and Gnonto adjudged to have fouled his opponent there. But he wasn't really given a lot of chance with that one by Ramazani. Gnonto stays sitting on the ground.
Just for a moment I thought another yellow card might be coming out, but no, made a genuine attempt, but clearly caught the player. It was unfortunate there, Gnonto, who really is having a fine game. He's here, there and everywhere, making things happen.
So it's a Coventry free kick in the Leeds half. Gnonto is back up on his feet. And Coventry have 2 over the ball and plenty more on the edge of the Leeds box. Options are being discussed between the 2 players standing over it. Well, now it's 1 player, so it's going to be Rudoni who's going to take this free kick. Whipped in, heads go up. Struijk is first to it. Comes down for Sakamoto. Back into the middle. Headed once and then twice away by Rodon. Coventry have the ball in their possession with Rudoni. Down the left-hand side it goes. Little drop of the shoulder from Wright. The other American international up against Tanaka. So we have American internationals apiece as well, with Aaronson and Wright for Coventry now on the pitch. Kitching. Left side, poor ball. Dasilva stretches but can't keep it in. And Leeds have a throw-in midway inside the Leeds half.
Coventry are having to be so precise, aren't they, with their passing, and they just can't find their spare men. Can't get anything really going. They're trying hard, putting plenty of effort in. I think we need to now get back on the ball, don't we? A little bit more and just start to controlling the game.
Aaronson infield to Joseph. Guided away from the ball, but unfairly, says the referee. And so as he falls over, Leeds get a free kick on the halfway line pretty much. And I suspect more changes are afoot for Leeds here as Piroe moves with purpose back towards the dugout down below and begins to prepare himself to come on, and his name goes up as the Leeds fans spot the movement. Struijk. Good ball from Struijk. He's putting them under pressure. Ramazani will chase Thomas, and Thomas could do nothing more than just stab the ball into touch. He knew the Leeds man was on his shoulder. Clever ball from Struijk.
It's a ball that needs to be played. We've got to mix the play up as well, because every time you just roll it into your winger, if I'm a defender, I think, well, I know what you're going to do, but if you put it long, you put it short, and then I'm not quite sure.
Aaronson, edge of the area with a shot, dragged it. And he's frustrated with himself because he'd worked a decent position just inside the Coventry box, but the shot was never troubling the keeper.
He'll be disappointed with that. Really good work. Finds himself in a really good area as well, but going near post, that was nowhere near.
Meslier got away with a volleyed clearance from the edge of the penalty area there, which evaded successfully Coventry City players on the move forward. Bogle penalised for a little shove in the back of Wright. Just inside the Leeds half. Final quarter of the game. Leeds 2, Coventry 0. The away side have the ball in the centre circle. Eccles now. Wide it goes to Van Ewijk. Now Sakamoto. Back towards Thomas on the halfway line. Into the centre circle to Kitching. Dasilva. And Wright on the far touch line. Bogle, good challenge, steps in front of him and actually wins a throw-in as well.
That was good, wasn't it, Tommy? The challenge was perfect.
Bogle will stay over there as the changes are made by Leeds United now. First number says that largely Ramazani, who has put in some shift today, is going to come off, and Piroe is going to come on in place of him.
Well, he had a positive debut, Cardiff away, and scored his goal, and today his home debut, equally impressive. I thought he was always a box of tricks, a danger, and works really hard for the side, so well played.
Piroe goes over to have a quick word with Gnonto as he comes on. Leeds throw in. Bogle still waiting to get the signal to take it. Over the head of Piroe. Leeds could set off in pursuit of this ball. It's deep in that Coventry half, and that's exactly what Matteo Joseph was doing there. The goalkeeper took a little bit of a risk. Got away with it. Thomas. Given straight to Gruev. Can't control it, hit at him. Gnonto slips and Wright picks up possession as a result. Has it again. And then that's the sort of ball that gives you a sense that Coventry are not entirely at it currently, straight into touch.
No, and that is reminiscent, I suppose, of their start to the season. Just 5 points only so far. Not hitting the heights that they did the previous seasons. You can see here, working hard, but it's not happening for them, is it?
Not at the moment. They finished 9th last season. Obviously, they were playoff finalists the season before that, beaten by Luton. Mark Robbins is somebody I've known a long time, and always had a really good relationship with him. And he is one of those managers who is constantly losing his better players.
And you'd have to say, over those last couple of seasons, they've outperformed the squad. I mean, he's done a remarkable job. He really has, but I suppose the question would be, how many times can you keep doing that?
And that's, I'm sure, the point he would make if questions were asked about his position, as they inevitably currently are being, this being football and this being the Championship. As Leeds trying to get something going again there, breaks down. Rodon just goes direct. Not a bad option. Wilson, though, is able to get up to the edge of the box, and it bounces up into his grasp. Much more of a hurry to throw it out this time to Dasilva. Wright waiting beyond him, hugging the touchline, now moving infield. Gets the ball past the challenger Joseph. Thomas for Coventry City now. Van Ewijk. Aaronson on his shoulder. Good work. So he has to go back to Kitching. Straight ball from him. Leeds still having to work hard off the ball, as Coventry at this stage at least dominating possession. Leeds keeping them away from the penalty area currently. Dasilva pursued by Bogle, so he goes back to the halfway line to Eccles. A risky ball from Eccles, but it's beyond Piroe to Thomas. Now there's space down the right for Coventry. Van Ewijk. Aaronson's in front of him. He makes the block, and Coventry have what I think is their first corner kick of the game. Is that right?
Not sure, but they certainly haven't been up the send too often at all. And set pieces, of course, opposing teams, that's where they're going to look to try and capitalise against us. But I think Rodon and Struijk today have been superb as well from these sorts of areas. So let's see.
Need to be again. Coventry with the chance to put pressure on Leeds here. Ball swung into the middle. Meslier punches out from under the crossbar, and the ball is volleyed back towards goal before Firpo bravely made the block right in front of Van Ewijk. Just wonder whether Meslier could have caught that under the crossbar under no particular pressure, but that's for another time. Because Coventry have a throw in, which is quite clearly going to go long into the penalty area. That's indeed what happens. Heads away from Struijk, just beyond the edge of the area. Dasilva waits, and he hooks the ball high in the air, and it's an attempt, an extravagant attempt by Van Ewijk just to keep the ball in play. And ultimately, all that effort, and it still goes out for a throw-in.
That was all pretty bizarre, wasn't it?
Firpo, ball under arm, ready to take the throw-in, level with the edge of the Leeds box, in front of the away fans, who are here in good numbers. Aaronson, Gruev trying to win the ball back for Leeds. Seen too much of it in the last 10 minutes, Leeds United, and Coventry again with a throw-in, which will be delivered long, I'm sure, because it's down by the corner flag this time. So again, it's the Dutch fullback who's going to hurl it into the Leeds box. Shape on that is good. Ball is flicked towards goal, and Meslier drops down to his knees to gather the ball in to his stomach there. There's a good shape on the throw into the area, and the touch goalwards was too straight, not particularly powerful. It was an easy catch for the keeper. Struijk, Firpo, given away. Aaronson wins it back. Leeds need to just get a hold of the ball here now. Oh, Tanaka's lucky, but it's worked. It's gone to Bogle. Bogle's striding forward into the middle, beyond Piroe. Will be chased out to this near side touchline by Joseph. Joseph with support from Firpo. Look at the space in front of Firpo here. Finally closed down. Gets it into Piroe. Piroe, Gnonto, not quite. A little too intricate there. Rodon's come a long way out of his half to try and win the ball back, and he's going to get the first name in the book for that challenge on Thomas-Asante there. So Joe Rodon, the first player yellow carded this afternoon.
Just got the wrong side. Good play from Thomas-Asante. Long way out, but they were on the counter-attack, so Rodon had to stop them.
Kitching. 15 to go.
Just looking at Rodon as well, I think he's done something to his groin. He's stretching away.
He might have to stretch a bit more if Coventry continue this attack here. The ball's gone out to play though, so Leeds have forced the throw in. But yeah, Rodon has a problem here. He's just holding himself in the groin area and is not entirely comfortable, quite clearly. I'm actually hoping it may have been a whack in that area, but
no, groins are never a good. I think it sounds like he's put his foot down and twisted slightly, and he's feeling a bit of pain. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. We don't need any more injuries to possible centre halves.
Yeah, Ampadu off in the first half. If you've joined us late, replaced by the man on the ball now, Tanaka. Nice ball to Piroe. Aaronson had actually set off on a run there, but Piroe's held it up instead. Maybe Leeds just wanted to get a bit of a spell in possession here, and they have it with Firpo. Now Piroe. Now there's space. And Gnonto puts it through the middle. He had Bogle going to his right, and he tried to put it through the middle for Joseph, and it was too far ahead. And Coventry regained possession.
Just rushed it, didn't we? Just trying to force something. It would have come to us.
Plenty of spare bodies, and there was lots of space around them. Piroe can't dig out the pass to Gnonto. Oh, Gnonto stretched an arm out to try and touch the ball as it went past him, and luckily didn't make any contact. That was a guaranteed booking. He's taking on Wright, and he is going for the byline. He gets it into the middle. Rodon's there. Good challenge. Gruev. Straight ball for Joseph. Holds his man off. Now there's an opportunity. There are runners down the right. Tanaka has seen it, and Gnonto. It's a lovely ball over the top to play Gnonto into the penalty area. Players arriving. Piroe on target again. Of course he is. Off the bench and amongst the goals, and that surely wraps it up for Leeds United. Great counter-attacking goal, and Piroe finishes it off for Leeds United 3, Coventry City 0.
And that was always going to be the opportunity, with Coventry pushing forward, making changes, putting attackers on. There's going to be space for us, but how can we use it? Tanaka, what a ball that is. Over to the right-hand side in space, and then will he pick someone out? Well, you know who's going to be in the middle of the goal, running on to the ball. The timing of his run is perfect and hits the target. And it squeezes past the keeper. Again, ask the question. See the keeper going one way, couldn't get back. And it's enough to get in the back of the net for number 3. Nothing more than we deserve as well.
And it all started with a really fine ball, clever ball from Tanaka. Made a split-second decision to put it over the top for the run of Gnonto, and he was unselfish, intelligent in his play. Back in the middle for Piroe, the finisher, to do his thing.
Dare I say it, Bryn, this is relatively straightforward.
How long to go? Yes, you can say it. 10 minutes.
Okay.
Tanaka, oh, we like that. Great challenge to win the ball back for Leeds. Left his man on a heap on the ground. Now Joseph, well, he could have left that one.
That's a foul.
It's a foul on Joseph. And the referee has just gone to check that Rudoni's okay. Tanaka, as Tanaka did.
Hey, I like that, Bryn. You couldn't finish that laughing, could you? You should have held that one in. Come on now. But yeah, it was a good challenge. Certainly was fierce. And with 10 minutes to go, again, we're going to look at the 3 goals that we scored, but you know what? It is built on some solid defending, and as a team, been really good. This will be, if of course it stays a clean sheet, is it 5 in 7? I mean, that's impressive stuff. It really is.
Well, still, Rudoni is receiving treatment. So fluid is being pooled onto the pitch to players. Tanaka there was so strong in the challenge, but not only did he clatter his opponent, but he won the ball cleanly and then looked up, played the pass.
Yeah, once again, it's been a good cameo from Tanaka, because I think you always worry with players coming from Europe, you know, from European leagues to come to the Championship and think, okay, physicality, how are you going to get on? Because each and every game is a right battle physically. And that was an example of showing me that, you know what, I think he's up for the battle.
I actually played with a few Japanese players. We used to play at Leeds Beckett Uni on a regular basis, and there were some students who were over, and they were really good players, technically really good, and also great guys as well. You would sort of, as a package, the only thing you would question would be the level of physicality, perhaps, as we were trundling around trying to knock them over, but more often than not, they were just too good.
You had to get near them first, Bryn.
Well, that's it. Changes being made again by Leeds here, so Schmidt is coming on, Rothwell is coming on. And Matteo Joseph, a good shift from him up top, comes off. Gets applause from the home supporters. So Piroe will play through the middle, I think, now, won't he?
Yes. Joseph probably not as involved as previous games, but even so, you're right. His work ethic and movement, really good.
And Gnonto also heads to the touchline, and he deserves his applause.
Yeah.
He's had a really good game. Big hug from Daniel Farker.
He's been superb again. You can see him growing in stature in this side. His movement, just wandering around, getting on the ball, but really making things happen and taking responsibility in a really good way.
So Schmidt has gone out wide to the right side to play in a midfield role ahead of Bogle. Piroe up top, Rothwell in the middle. Aaronson tripped and wins Leeds a free kick. And there are less than 7 minutes remaining. Oh, there's a booking here for a word spoken by a Coventry man. Latibeaudiere, right in the ear of the referee.
It's never wise, is it, when you're right next to the referee to say something untoward?
Tanaka. Gruev. And now Rodon. Out to Bogle. Bogle's touch is a little heavy, but he's helped out by the ref, who's said that he was bundled over, which in all fairness he probably was. And Leeds have a free kick.
It's got to be careful here. Just keep moving the ball quickly. Don't allow the Coventry players to get anywhere near.
You have a sense that if Leeds could keep focus and discipline here, there might yet be a little bit more in it in the last few minutes of this one. Byram has sneaked onto the pitch as well, by the way. 36,625 with a sellout here at Ellen Road. Goes without saying, doesn't it? Talk, of course, this week, which is really encouraging, about the redevelopment of this place because of the need to satisfy the hunger of those who want to come and watch Leeds United, with 25,000 plus on waiting lists for tickets, and the ground sold out every week. There's a clear need. So the first sense that moves are being made in that direction from the club this week.
Yes, I think pretty serious moves as well. Investing a good bit of money in getting plans sorted, but a stadium of 53,000 is the target. That'll be really good to see.
That would be amazing. And it's really realistically what's required if Leeds are to reoccupy a position at top table and maintain a position at top table, because financially you're competing with people who have been up there a lot longer, and they have all the facilities that you require at that level to make sure you stay at that level wherever possible. Challenged by Bogle is a good one. He's had a really, really good game for Leeds today.
He has, and of course he scored the goal and he gets forward well, but I'm looking defensively, and a couple of times there with Haji Wright, who we know is a tricky customer. I think he's timed his challenges really well.
Thomas in the centre circle. Sakamoto will chase towards the touchline, and then it comes off Byram. It goes out for a Coventry corner kick. And it's the sub, the player who's just come on, Torp, who's going to take it. Takes his time, weighs things up, stops actually, because the referee has indicated that something he doesn't like is happening in the penalty area. He's gone in to sort that out and then retreats. So Torp will be told he can get on with it shortly. Headed towards the far post, where Bogle waits and wins it and clears it. Now that is my kind of clearance.
You know what? You would love that, Bryn, wouldn't you? Look how far he booted it just up the pitch. And you know what's the right thing to do? Just get it up there, push up. Don't score from over there.
Coventry with the ball back in play. Long crossfield ball. Byram underneath it. Headed down to Aaronson. Aaronson bundled off it and stays. He's got cramp, I think, Brendan Aaronson. He's stretched his leg out and he's still on the turf. He's back on his feet now as Thomas for Coventry trying to get forward. Misplaced ball, easy pick up for Meslier, who has been largely untroubled this afternoon. Well, in fact, last two games he's hardly had anything to do, has he?
Let's hope he doesn't get too bored, but concentration with the keeper is key when he has to be brought into the game. But you'll also say the defenders in front of him have been superb.
Long ball forward from the keeper. Bounces beyond Piroe. It'll come back for the man in green at the other end, Wilson, who's had two shots beat him, both of which he got touch on the ball on its way into the net. And they picked up by Tanaka in a little pocket. We enjoy a little moment there as he just super balanced to work the ball away from the opposition, make space and go in hard for a tackle, for which this time he is penalised. Coventry waste no time in starting the game again, and Leeds win the ball back quickly again. Tanaka is on it again, and Piroe rather takes it off him. And, Leeds a little over-eager there, when a little cooler heads would have possibly worked something for them. As the ball comes into the penalty area, Bogle needs to clear it, and does, up in the air, and it drops for Thomas. Piroe is running around like a man possessed out there.
He is. I don't think he saw Sakamoto either when he gave the ball to Byram, but putting in a shift, certainly.
Sakamoto's in possession for Coventry now. into the last minute of the 90. Across to the far post, and the attempt on goal. Well, it's not really an attempt on goal, is it? That's been extremely kind. It slices off the top of the boot of Eccles at the far post and goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's got that high left foot volley in his locker, to be honest, but it was a decent chip over.
So Meslier will be in no massive hurry to get things underway again here. The added time board will be going up shortly. I don't think there'll be as much on it as there was at the end of the first half. And that was 6, obviously. Bogle couldn't keep the ball in play that time. It bounces out midway inside the Coventry half. Great contrast between the outcome in the game against Coventry this season, even to the home game last season, when they 4 added minutes, by the way, when they came back to equalise and were very good value for their draw here. But, they've never really been in this contest this afternoon.
No, they've been soundly beaten, haven't they? They really have struggled. We've been good.
Coventry still having a go here. Ewijk into the middle, Struijk within the header, and Rodon helps it on. Edge of the box, and then it's Tanaka's presence, I think, that just does enough to put off Torp as he tried to shoot then, and he's hooked it wide and it goes behind for a goal kick.
I think that's the most promising thing about Tanaka that I've seen. It's actually the physicality, the closing down, the tackles. I know he can do all the other stuff. We see how technically gifted he is and keeps the ball well, but you need both sides in this league, and I think he's got it.
We're a minute into the added 4. Leeds are close now. Long ball forward, Meslier, and it's off the top of the head of Thomas and carries all the way back to Wilson in the other penalty area. Now Thomas in possession again. Centre halves have seen plenty of the ball in the second half, but there's been nothing really doing for Coventry in an attacking sense. It's given away there. Piroe rides one challenge, breaks away from him. It's picked up by Latibeaudiere and Kitching, and then left side for Dasilva. And Kitching onto Wright, who was a real tormentor in chief in that game at Coventry last season. Hasn't been able to do anything really since coming in to this game off the bench. 2 minutes to go as the ball goes into the Leeds penalty area. Bogle intelligently lets it sail beyond him, and Schmidt waiting behind does the necessary job in just playing the ball as far forward as he can before it bounces into touch. Coventry have to go all the way back to the halfway line to take the throw in. Thomas in the centre circle. Struik's come forward, not quite got there, and then a brilliant save from Meslier. Well, there you go. There's the concentration levels high, because that was flying in with a deflection, and Meslier, full stretch, fingertips, pushed it over the top.
Superb from Thomas-Asante, just hits it, and what a save that is. Got to make sure that doesn't end up in the back of the net. Rifled, plenty of power and a good save.
So Coventry end up with a corner kick in the closing seconds of this game. Ball curled into the middle. Rodon with a header, and the referee, shrill blast on the whistle, says that there's a foul on the Leeds man, and that will be a free kick, and that will give Leeds the chance to get the ball right up the other end, where it needs to be in the final few seconds of this game. The home supporters prepare to celebrate the final whistle. The voices raised. A strange feeling around in the air after the Cardiff City win last week. Didn't entirely feel like a 2-0 away win, but I don't think there'll be any complaint surely after this one in terms of the manner of the victory and the excellence of the performance. And I'm daring to predict another clean sheet, given that there are only
wow, with 7 seconds to go. You're brave, Bryn.
That's how I roll. mind you. Rodon heads clear from the edge of the penalty area. Schmidt into Gruev, and that's it. The full-time whistle goes. Leeds' best win of the championship season so far, and they've fully deserved it because they've played really, really well here against Coventry. In complete control in the first half, just had the one goal to show for it. As soon as the second went in, well, that was Leeds well on their way to another 3 points. Nicely wrapped up late on by Piroe off the bench once more. Another good performance from Leeds, another clean sheet, another 3 points. It's finished. Leeds United 3, Coventry City 0.
Yes, an absolutely solid performance. Certainly in the second half. Not sure we were at our fluent best going forward, but what we did do is see the game out. In important moments of the game, we were the one that took advantage. Had to defend well, but that's exactly what we do as a team. Closing down was superb, and rightly so. We were 3 goals better than the opposition, so another wonderful performance and clean sheet.
Now a busy week lies ahead. It's Norwich City away on Tuesday night. It's Sunderland away on Friday night. And so Tony and I are off to pack our bags and prepare for a little bit of travelling. We're hitting the road, folks, but we will be reflecting, of course, on another win here at Ellen Road over the next few minutes as well. The full-time scoreline, good day all round. It's finished. Leeds United 3, Coventry City 0.